Space games are getting major new details in 2026. From fresh gameplay features to development news and release updates, here are the latest updates worth knowing. Let's dive right in. Verse Project is a multiplayer space simulator set across a 1-to-1 scale solar system where players can pilot spacecraft, mine resources, trade, explore, and help shape a shared universe. Its latest developer blog reveals that the game begins after humanity has only stabilized the Earth-Moon system, leaving future infrastructure to be built through player contributions. Resources delivered by players are tracked towards specific construction goals, with early milestones intended to remain permanently linked to those who helped create them. The Kessler Belt also plays an important role in daily life, restricting access to Earth and making orbital imports more expensive because of transport risks and corridor maintenance. Developed by Synthesis Games, Verse Project is planned for release in 2026. Star Wars Galactic Racer is a high-stakes racing game set in the lawless Outer Rim after the fall of the Empire, where the Galactic League brings underground racing, gambling, and rivalries together. Players take the role of Shade, a lone racer seeking revenge and glory while driving land speeders, speeder bikes, skim speeders, and pod racers, each with distinct physics and play styles. The game includes a story-driven solo campaign and strategic PvP races, with vehicle customization helping players gain an edge. A recent developer update introduced Hibby, Shade's mechanic and an Ardenian automotive expert who shares advice on upgrading and building land speeders. Future episodes will cover the other vehicle types. Developed by Fuse Games, Star Wars Galactic Racer releases on 6 October 2026. Exodus is a sci-fi action-adventure RPG set 40,000 years in the future, where June Aslan becomes a traveler, fighting the Celestials and searching for ancient technology that could save humanity. Players explore extraordinary worlds, battle creatures, rival human dynasties, and celestial forces, while companions and player choices can shape the future. A recent community update recapped the extended gameplay reveal, highlighting combat, morality, choices, awakened animals, and companions. The developers also confirmed that June will have curated customization options such as hairstyles, facial hair, hair and eye colors, makeup, and tattoos rather than a full character creator. Exodus is being developed by Archetype Entertainment and published by Wizards of the Coast, with a planned release in 2027. Halo Campaign Evolved is a modern remake of Halo Combat Evolved, rebuilt with high-definition visuals, updated cinematics, refined controls, expanded weapons, 3 new missions, and up to 4-player online co-op with crossplay. The campaign returns players to the mysterious Halo Ring world, where Master Chief and Cortana battle the Covenant while uncovering its secrets. Following its July 28 release, a July 29 update improved stability across several missions and fixed issues involving enemy behavior, combat, account linking, and PC performance. The update also addressed problems affecting AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards, while developers listed known issues including cinematic stuttering, crashes on some PC hardware, and problems with certain upscaling and frame generation settings. Eve Frontier is a dark space survival MMO from CCP Games, set in a ruined region of space where players must manage fuel, gather resources, fight threats, explore, and build their own infrastructure. Players awaken with a basic ship and can eventually create outposts, defenses, factories, and stargates while working with other players. A new patch arriving later this week will add several major features, including the River, a lighter ship designed for pilots who value mobility over utility. Players will also be able to own and manage multiple ships through a new shipboarding feature at refuges. The update adds deployable defensive sentry turrets, a new desync status effect near temporal warps, new items, and several UI quality of life improvements. eFrontier is currently in Founder Access and continues to develop through seasonal cycles. Star Wars Zero Company is a single-player, turn-based tactics adventure set during the twilight of the Clone Wars, where Hawks leads a customizable squad of unconventional operatives through tactical missions, investigations, and dangerous battles. Players can build teams with clone troopers, astromechs, a Jedi Padawan, and other specialists, while the galaxy map offers operations across more than 150 planets. Recent community Q&A details revealed a main campaign lasting around 30-40 hours, up to 20 operators at the HQ, real-time rendered cutscenes, deep equipment customization, and no official mod support or New Game Plus. The developers also confirmed that Hawks must survive every story mission, while permadeath can be disabled. Gen Atlas is shaping up as Fumito Ueda's largest project yet, expanding his signature style into a single-player open-world sci-fi adventure. The abandoned planet will feature vast landscapes, multiple biomes, enormous structures, and an ever-changing sea going far beyond the desert shown in the first trailer. Its main gameplay system lets players enter a giant robot's head and attach it to different bodies discovered across the world, with each body potentially offering unique abilities for combat, traversal, and puzzles. Robot upgrades and modifications will also play a role. While guns and large encounters make it more action-focused than Ueda's earlier games, he has clarified that it is not a traditional shooter. Development began in 2020, and the game has no confirmed release date or window. The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a story-driven sci-fi action RPG where you play as a Pinkwater security mercenary caught in a lockdown on Eros and pulled into a system-wide conspiracy. You create a captain from Earther, Martian, or Belter origins and lead a crew across locations including Ganymede, Ceres, Mars, and Luna. Combat uses third-person cover-based shooting, real-time companion commands, weapons, and gadgets. The latest developer update reveals that gear, rather than a fixed RPG class, will define your combat style. Players can develop 4 open skill trees: marksmanship, gadgets, survivalist, and leader, mixing them to create hybrid builds. Weapons and gadgets can also be upgraded at workbenches, with rare upgrades adding entirely new abilities. Players can respect their skills aboard the ship, although the cost increases each time. The game is currently listed for Q2 2027. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 is a 4-player co-op shooter where Colonial Marines battle xenomorphs, pathogen-mutated creatures, and Weyland-Yutani combat synths across 15 new campaign missions aboard the UAS Endeavor. The story brings back the pathogen from the original game, while fully voiced Marines can now talk with NPCs and interact with teammates during missions. The game has revealed more details ahead of its August 25 release, including the new Hunter and Machinist classes, expanded character customization, and 3 new Horde mode maps called Black Site, Crash Landed, and Crusher. The latest class showcases highlight how Hunter uses railgun and weak point abilities, while Machinist builds on the Technician with plasma weapons, a sentry turret, and bodyguard drone. The game also adds fully voiced Marines, new enemies such as the Harbinger, Siren, and Bulwark, and 3 enemy factions. Its 15-mission campaign returns to the UAS Endeavor and continues the Pathogen storyline, while Horde mode now features 5 escalating waves and random enemy factions. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is Naughty Dog's ambitious single-player action-adventure starring bounty hunter Jordan A. Munn, who becomes stranded on the isolated planet Semperia while tracking the 5 Aces crime syndicate. The game is being built as a new science fiction world with deep lore, hostile robots, and a fictional religion, making its world building much larger than Naughty Dog's previous settings. Development reportedly began in 2020, and recent QA and localization activity may suggest the project is moving toward later development stages. Rumors now point to a possible 2027 release, while September 2026 has been mentioned as a potential window for the next major showcase, with the Game Awards another possibility if that does not happen. Since its 2024 reveal, Naughty Dog has shown very little beyond the original trailer, possibly because the studio wants to avoid taking development time away from marketing. The game is currently announced for PlayStation 5, with no official release date confirmed. EVE Vanguard is an extraction FPS set in the EVE Online universe, where players control immortal war clones and deploy onto hostile planets to raid enemy positions, collect valuable technology, and extract before losing everything. Operations combine tactical gunplay, modular weapons, deployable equipment, and dangerous encounters with Nemesis war machines, while recovered technology can be used to improve weapons and gear aboard the Avalon flotilla. The latest major playtest, Operation Avalon, has now ended after 2 weeks, introducing the new Lost Convoy map and sending war clones against Mordu's Legion positions while they fought for resources and attempted to escape with their loot. The operation also advanced Avalon's story, and tested the game's evolving deploy, raid, and extract gameplay. Its final honor roll highlighted standout players across combat, survival, exploration, and squad support. EVE Vanguard is currently scheduled to launch in Q3 2026. Light No Fire is a massive fantasy survival sandbox built around a single procedural planet roughly the size of Earth, with mountains, forests, oceans, ruins, settlements, creatures, and hidden locations to discover. Players can build persistent communities, fight enemies, gather resources, and travel across the world alone or with others, including using large ships and crews to cross its oceans. Hello Games is applying lessons in technology from a decade of No Man's Sky development, including its moving vessel technology, while aiming for long-term support and continued expansion. Despite its huge scope, the team reportedly remains relatively small at around 12 to 20 developers, and Sean Murray has suggested the project is far more ambitious than what has been publicly shown. Since its 2023 reveal, updates have been limited, but development has continued, and currently we have no announced release date. Judas is a narrative-driven first-person shooter from Ghost Story Games. Led by BioShock creator Ken Levine, set aboard the collapsing Mayflower, a massive colony ship carrying the remnants of humanity away from a ruined Earth. Players control Judas, a hacker and engineer who must survive by forming or breaking alliances with three powerful figures while using firearms alongside elemental and mechanical abilities. Its systems include shifting environments, persistent upgrades, dynamic story paths, and enemies shaped by player choices. The game also uses a roguelite structure where death triggers a reprinting process, changing parts of each run while preserving long-term progression. Turok Origins brings the legendary Turok warriors into a dangerous battle against ferocious dinosaurs, alien creatures, and powerful bosses threatening human life across the galaxy. Players can fight alone or team up with friends while using a wide range of weapons, including plasma rifles, ray guns, shotguns, snipers, bows, and other advanced equipment. Combat also includes melee attacks and special abilities, giving players different ways to handle enemies across varied environments. Fallen enemies can provide DNA that unlocks new powers and upgrades for the Turok suit, allowing abilities and skills to develop during the adventure. Missions will take players across jungles, ancient temples, wasteland canyons, swamps, caves, and other dangerous planets filled with mysteries and enemies. Ontos is a sci-fi adventure from the creators of Soma, set on Samsara, a mysterious moon hotel built over the ruins of a failed mining colony. Players take the role of Aditi Amani, who travels there while following the strange legacy of her estranged father, a scientist who became a prophet. The story involves disturbing experiments, philosophical factions, hidden secrets, and questions about the soul, suffering, morality, and reality. Gameplay combines investigation with hands-on systems, requiring players to scavenge materials, operate machinery, calibrate analog devices, and research their surroundings. There is no single solution to many situations, and choices can create serious consequences later. Samsara features laboratories inside casinos, abandoned pools, theaters, and ancient moon caves. Alien Deathstorm is a first-person sci-fi action horror game from Rebellion set on a remote off-world colony devastated by a catastrophic megastorm and overrun by bloodthirsty alien creatures. Players take the role of a highly trained combat engineer sent to investigate the colony after communications suddenly stop. The storm creates a constantly changing battlefield, with powerful winds, collapsing structures, failing systems, and poor visibility making survival even harder. Alongside the environmental dangers, players must fight aggressive alien swarms using weapons, strategy, and careful movement. The game combines tense survival horror with intense first-person combat, creating encounters filled with overwhelming enemies and sudden threats. Star Wars Eclipse is an action-adventure title from Quantic Dream and Lucasfilm Games set during the High Republic era, centuries before the Skywalker saga, with an open-world structure and a branching story where major character deaths can permanently change the narrative. However, the project has remained largely unseen since its 2021 reveal, with no major gameplay showcase or release window announced. Development has reportedly faced challenges involving Quantic Dream's proprietary technology, which must support a much larger world, advanced AI, vehicles, and faster combat than the studio's previous games. More recently, Quantic Dream canceled its multiplayer project Spellcasters Chronicles and laid off 115 employees, prompting workers to warn that the cuts could threaten Eclipse. Quantic Dream has denied this, stating that Eclipse continues as planned with the necessary resources and full commitment. These Starless Skies is a sci-fi point-and-click adventure about 6 planetary scientists sent to investigate a mysterious, tidally locked planet while confronting their own personal struggles. The story is told through the perspectives of different crew members, with playable flashbacks to a futuristic Earth that reveal more about their personalities and pasts. The planet has 3 dramatically different regions: a blazing desert trapped under constant sunlight, an icy side covered in eternal darkness, and a twilight zone where the sun never fully rises or sets. Gameplay combines investigation, dialogue choices, sample collection, clue discovery, and survival in a dangerous environment. Its cinematic 2.5D presentation mixes pixel art with 3D elements to create detailed landscapes and strange alien life. Gundam Rogue Orbit is a high-mobility action game set in an all-new Gundam universe, where players take control of Gundam Helix and join a group of overlooked soldiers facing a powerful unknown threat. The combat is built around fast movement, hard-hitting melee attacks, quick reactions, and skillful control of the Gundam in intense battles. Alongside its action, the game features a cinematic story designed to offer a fresh starting point for newcomers while giving longtime Gundam fans a new chapter. Stationbreak is a grounded sci-fi station builder roguelite where you lead a small fleet fleeing through dangerous star systems after Earth has fallen. In each system, you must quickly build a temporary space station, collect enough energy to charge your jump drives, and escape before the growing swarm overwhelms you. Stations are built from limited resources, with players balancing heat, wear, orbital paths, module placement, defenses, and crew sanity. Every decision creates difficult trade-offs, as spending time defending the station also delays your escape. The fleet remains with you between jumps, allowing you to repair ships, develop technology, unlock new abilities, and specialize your forces. Procedurally generated systems provide different challenges during each run, while the cassette futuristic setting combines 1980s space technology with mysterious alien designs. Sol Shogunate is a space samurai action RPG set in an alternate future where the solar system is ruled by powerful shogunate clans. You play as Yuzuki, the shattered heir of a massacred samurai family who becomes an outlaw ronin and seeks revenge across the futuristic cities of Earth's moon. Combat combines fast hack-and-slash action with traditional weapons enhanced by advanced technology, elemental effects, and customizable skills. Players can use gravity assist gear, jetpacks, and nanofiber grapple cables to move across lunar environments and perform acrobatic attacks. The moon features massive cities, mining settlements, space elevators, bullet trains, and artificial gravity districts inspired by different eras of Japanese history. Players can also collect gene splices to develop unique abilities and adapt their fighting style. Dynamic multi-phase boss battles require players to identify weaknesses and adjust their tactics. Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic is being designed as a focused, single-player RPG rather than a massive 200-hour adventure. Director Casey Hudson says he wants the game to avoid the long development cycles seen in many modern projects, insisting that it will release before 2030, and that he has never spent more than 4 years developing a game. The team also plans to avoid using AI during development, while contractors will help expand production without creating a huge internal staff. The game will still offer strong replay value through branching storylines and different paths. Hudson believes a shorter, more manageable adventure can be more appealing than an enormous game where players may spend dozens of hours without reaching the end of the story. Alien Isolation 2 is a single-player survival horror sequel from Creative Assembly that expands the original formula with a new protagonist, Blake, a Weyland-Yutani employee investigating a remote colony months after the first game. The story connects directly to the original through a crashed section of Sevastopol discovered by a Weyland-Yutani survey team, with the xenomorph still alive and ready to hunt again. A major change is that the creature will stalk players through outdoor environments inspired by LV-426 in a windswept forest. Forcing new survival strategies while enclosed interiors, preserve the claustrophobic tension of the original. Kurosaki Station will also serve as an important location, while threats such as Working Joes return. Creative Assembly is retaining the lo-fi science fiction style and core survival mechanics while expanding the scale. The game is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch 2, with the release date currently listed as coming soon. Total War. Warhammer 40,000 brings the series' mix of turn-based campaign strategy and massive real-time battles into the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Players can command 4 major factions, including Space Marines, Orcs, Aldari, and Astra Militarum, with each offering different weapons, units, war machines, and tactics. The campaign takes place across a galactic sandbox, where you can capture planets, upgrade fleets, manage resources, and develop your empire before deploying armies into ground battles. Customization also allows armies and warriors to be tailored with unique traits, equipment, colors, and abilities. Battles can feature huge armies, powerful walkers, artillery, aerial attacks, and destructive weapons that reshape the battlefield. Creative Assembly is currently developing the game, while its Steam release date remains to be announced. Star Trek Shadow Frontier is a mature, story-driven action-adventure that follows former Lieutenant Ro Laren after she crashes on a distant planet controlled by a strange consciousness. Trapped in a hostile environment, Ro must investigate its mysteries while dealing with creatures, environmental dangers, and disturbing visions that threaten her connection to reality. Gameplay combines exploration, puzzles, combat, and cinematic sequences, giving players different ways to survive dangerous encounters. Ro can use familiar Star Trek technology, including her tricorder to scan and analyze objects, and her phaser to solve puzzles and defend herself. The planet itself becomes a major threat as its consciousness attempts to absorb Ro and manipulate her memories. Nullspace is a story-driven space strategy game set in a retro-futuristic universe inspired by classic science fiction. Players can build bases, gather resources, expand across star systems, and command fleets ranging from fighters to massive destroyers. Its standout feature lets players switch between overseeing the entire fleet and directly controlling individual squadrons during battles. Hundreds of ships can clash while realistic destruction tears capital ships apart. Asteroids can also provide cover or create tactical opportunities during combat. The campaign follows factions including the Hagen, Dominion, and Junkers as they struggle for survival while confronting a mysterious interpretation of the Fermi paradox.